Well, good morning everybody and welcome to the Collins Family Urban Homestead. Today's going to be a little bit of a different video. For Christmas, my wife got me this wonderful Sous Vide machine here. It's something I had seen on the Sous Vide Everything channel and watched several of their videos and kind of got enamored with it. So she got this for me for Christmas, and I got this little container here for putting the stuff in. So today, we're getting ready to go to church here in a little bit. And we're gonna have some steak and eggs when we get back. So what we're cooking up, last night there's 2 T-bone steaks. My wife is really great at finding deals. Typically these are like $8 or $9 a pound. I think she found them for like $3.99 a pound. She found 2 T-bone steaks at Kroger. So I took these last night, put salt, pepper, granulated onion, and some minced garlic on it. Sealed them up and stuck them in the refrigerator overnight. And this morning I'm going to stick them in the sous vide and get them cooking during church, and when we get back I'll put them on the grill and we'll fry them up. So kind of want to take you on that. Let me kind of start getting the sous vide set up and we'll get back to you. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm getting my water hot here. Just letting the hot water run until it gets nice and high. And I'm going to take the steak. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Go ahead and put the steaks in the machine, and then I'll fill up the water just to make sure we get the level of the water right. Probably should set those up. And that water is already pretty hot. So we'll lift this up. See if I can. Typically this would be a two-handed kind of job. There we go. So I'll fill that up until the steaks are completely covered. I'm going to turn this off. I'll come back to you once it's covered. Okay, so I've got the steaks in the water bath now. I've got them completely covered with water. I can take the steaks out and get the circulator set up. So let me take that out and I'll get back to you when I go get everything else set up. Okay, I moved the container back over to the counter and stuff, and we'll kind of go ahead and get this set up. First thing I need to do is go ahead and plug it in. Let it kind of go ahead and set up and stuff there. Now there's this knob down here. Just set this to the temperature that you want. I'm going to move this down to, I'm going to do it to 129 degrees and get it to going. And kind of give you an idea, if you can see that real well, 136 degrees is the temperature of the water coming out of my faucet. So let me let that sit there for a little bit, see if the temperature comes down at all. And then when it gets to the temperature I need it to, we'll just put the steaks in. I'll be back to you. Hey, while I'm waiting, one of the things I kind of want to show you. Yesterday our chickens finally gave us their first eggs. The white ones here are all my duck eggs, and these top 3 here are the chicken eggs that we got. And I think we figured out the breed of the chicken. They're called Murray McMurray Hatchery has a breed called Giant Whites, and mine look exactly like they, especially the rooster. So got our first eggs from our chickens, and we'll be seeing where this goes from here. Okay, I've given it about 10 minutes or so, and now the temperature's gotten down to 129 degrees. That should get me in a good solid medium rare steak after it's cooked. It's about 8:15, 8:30 on a Sunday morning, and when we get back from church this should be ready to go. So let's go ahead and get these steaks in here, and we'll kind of go from there. So 2 T-bone steaks. Just drop them in the water. Make sure they're fully submerged. Close the lid. The lid keeps anything from evaporating here, and then you just leave it for 2 hours. I'm going to cook it for 2 hours, and or when we get back from church, and then I'll fire it up there. I'll come back to you when the time is done. Okay, so we're back from church. I had to set up the grill. It's kind of one of the things, again, my wife likes to bargain shop and find which we can, but this one I actually found when I was out with her. This is a little short, Smoky Joe 14-inch grill top that we picked up for $9. If you can see that there, on sale for $9, and I think this is anywhere typically from a $30 to $50 grill, depending on where you get it at. So take a look around it. I think we got it at Kroger at one of their sales there. They had it on clearance. Good deal. Now I gotta get some charcoal in and we're gonna do the syrup on this. We'll come back to you as soon as we get that all taken care of. Well, I want to introduce you to the other half of my of the homestead here. This is Christine. This is my wonderful wife. We've been married for 35 years today. Or I take that back. Not today. We will be in July. We're going on 35 years. It's been for 34 years. So I'm still working on the steaks. I'm waiting on the grill and stuff to heat up. And what are you getting ready to make?
I'm going to make 90-second keto bread. Being we're on keto, you can't use regular flour, so this uses almond flour. It cuts down the carbs. So I have all the ingredients out if you'd like to watch.
Let's go for it.
So all I did was melt 1 tablespoon of butter. And this is a 2-cup Pyrex bowl, and that's the size that I kind of like, so it works. Then all I'm going to do is add the rest of the ingredients, which this is almond flour, so it's 3 tablespoons. Then half a teaspoon of baking powder, not soda, powder. Now this is where you can get creative. You like a garlic taste, put it in. You like basil, put it in. Whatever flavor you like, add it in. I tend to mix this up first before I put my egg in. And you can see it's kind of dry and crumbly, and I want to make sure all of that baking powder is in. And then I crack my egg open. Before time being, we have our own chickens and ducks. We use their eggs. Sometimes you can get something mysterious inside. So I just cracked it open. That's all just to test it to make sure everything was all right. And then I'll give it a stir enough to combine and break down any lumps you might find. And sometimes it takes longer than other times, but in general you're just looking for a creamy, smooth look. Okay, let me wipe off the sides, and then where the name comes from, it goes into the microwave for 90 seconds. And I have an old microwave, so you probably don't have these controls on there, but 90 seconds, and then we'll be back. Now, the one thing I learned the hard way, this sucker is hot. So, after it comes out, all you need to do is flip it over. And now you have bread. Now the one thing I do is I cut it in half and I put it on a dry frying pan to give it that texture of bread like you normally have the browning on the outside. I like it a little bit less juicy, but I mean it is not a loaf of bread, but it will satisfy that bread look.
Okay, so I've taken the 2 steaks here out of the water bath and got them on here. First thing we need to do is go ahead and just going to cut them open. Get my I was making a sauce. I try to definitely make sure I'd save all the juices and stuff in there. But this is just going to be eggs and steak at the moment, so I'll set these aside for right here. Got some paper towels here. So to get a good sear on it, listening to Sous Vide everything, you've got to make sure the steak is dry and patted dry. So we'll set these guys out here. They don't look very good right now, but they will. And yes, that is completely stolen from Sous Vide everything. All I'm doing is patting the moisture off of here. Trying to get these dry. Do that over on both sides. Now it's time to take them out to the grill. Took a little while, but finally got the charcoals hot. Now it's time to go ahead and put the steak on here and get these seared up. Give that a couple of minutes, flip it over, a couple more minutes, get some good grill marks on it. That's all I'm doing. The steak is actually already cooked. All I'm trying to do here is get a good sear on it. So this is the first time I'm doing this over charcoal. Hopefully I've got it this hot enough to do a good sear. We'll see what happens. We'll come back to you when we're ready to go. Well, I just rotated them over. This is the top side. I don't think my grill is as hot as I would like for it. Should have probably added more coals, but we'll put it on for the other side for a couple more minutes and we should be good to go. Well, it is time to take these off. I don't think they're seared quite as well as I would have liked to have them seared. I didn't get this fire hot enough. If I cook these any longer, they're going to be overcooked, if they're not already, actually. Come back to you with the finished product. So we're just kind of finishing up, toasting up the 90-second bread to kind of give it a good crunch that you would have with toast. She's going to fry up some eggs here in a little bit along with the steaks. Yay! Steak and eggs for, well, actually I guess it's a brunch now. It's probably closer to noon.
It's close to 2.
We've got to head out here in a little bit. This is the first time using that particular grill, and I haven't used charcoal in years. It's like I've had a gas grill for 7 or 8 years, something like that, that finally died. So live and learn. We'll do this better, and once we get everything all plated up, we'll come back to you and show you the finished product. Okay, so here is my sous vide breakfast. This should be a good medium rare. That's probably overcooked simply because I think I spent a little bit more on the grill than what I needed to, but that was cooked a good medium rare to medium. It's definitely a solid medium right now. Got 2 duck eggs that are sunny side up, and then the 90-second bread. Nice quick breakfast. Well, it probably took a little longer than we were expecting because I decided to put all this on video, but figured I'd put this out for you guys. God bless and have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video.